dear friends. I'm now going to tell you about the books which I have been reading. And a very important book in my life, which has really helped me and my clients, is You Can Heal Yourself. You Can Heal Yourself. It's by Louise Hay, an international writer, a woman of great gumption. So I found this book also by chance. That is on the footpaths of the Flora Fountain on my way to the High Court. And it was, I took it home, I took it to my office, I read it, I reread it, and it was on my office table. And it so happens, nothing happens by coincidence. There is always a synchronicity. A woman client came to me, and she was extremely distressed. And her husband had filed a suit for divorce and the custody of the child and the house. And she was extremely disturbed, and then, because for 1 year she had been not able to reply to his petition, and the judge had given her a warning that if she didn't file a reply within 1 week, he would pass an order. So she was extremely disturbed, and she told me her story. Her and her husband had alleged that she had suicidal tendencies, and that she was unfit to be a mother, and she was cruelty, she has abandoned them, and so forth and so on. So now I had to reply to file a written statement reply. So I asked her, what is your answer to all these allegations that you have suicidal tendencies? So she says, yes, I tried to commit suicide when I was in the 12th standard. So I said, was it a failed love affair? So she said, no. And she cried and cried and cried as if there was no tomorrow. So the only thing I could do was just listen to what she had to say. And then she told me that her mother was a nurse, and the nurse, she had night duties, and her father was an alcoholic. And the mother used to go out during the night duties, and then she just could not utter any words. And then I said, did your father abuse you? She said, she just wept like there was no tomorrow. I just went around my table, held her close, that's all that I could do. And then I did one thing which I really cherished myself for it. I gave her the book of Louise Hay to read. I said, take it home and read it. I said, you're not the first woman to be raped by her father. Take this book. And because Louise Hay herself in the book writes that as a 5-year-old child, she was sexually abused by her stepfather. And she had a very miserable life, but yet she rose to be the Louise Hay whom we know now. So I gave her the book. She took it home. After 3 days she came and she says, I wept, I read the book, I wept, I read. I said, that is why I gave it. You had to have a catharsis. And then when she first came to me, she was looking like so weather-beaten, disabled. And when she came to me after the 3 days after reading the book, there was such a sharp change in her demeanor, in her body language, and her scars of the suicide had even changed color, and she was looking full of confidence and courage. And I gave her the reply. She went to court and she handed over. And of course the husband was happy that he was going to get the order in favor. And she gave him such a tight slap on his face that he shook, settled the matter. And then she went home as a proud individual, as a proud woman. And today she's standing on her feet, and she's a qualified nurse and doing very well in life.